What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Metal Maniacs podcast. I'm Jay Ingersoll.
What's up, Jay? It's your boy Modd. What's going on today?
Hey, man. Today we are on reaction episode number 26. So we'll be reacting to hopefully some bangers today. We've had some bangers as of late.
So, we have. Yes.
So hopefully today we got a nice batch of bangers, but we've been getting a lot of submissions. But before we get into that, I just want to say I want to thank today's sponsors, Dave Stark of Stark Real Estate, where they do real estate right. You can click the link below, and they can answer any questions you have, and make sure you tell them that the Metal Maniacs sent you over there. And shout out to our sponsor, Dave Stark, for making this thing happen and helping produce this show. So,
oh yeah, Dave, you're the man. A lot of love for Dave. Does a great job, and yeah, I love watching his tips as I'm scrolling through the social media. And he's little tidbit tips. It's like, I'm not in the market for a home, but if I ever were for any, obviously I'm going to go to my boy Dave. But the tips are very helpful too, just to know, like, if you like shit you never would think of. So yeah, definitely talk to your boy Dave, our boy Dave.
Our boy Dave.
Questions.
So.
Our boy Dave, Stark Realty.
So our first sponsor of the show. So thanks a lot for that, Dave. Appreciate that.
Thanks a lot.
But yeah, reaction episode 26. Obviously, you see we're on like the Zoom call on video again. Unfortunately, we had like 2 good weeks of weather, but we haven't really been able to get in the room, and we wanted to do that. But we'll figure this way is fine for now. But the roads are just kind of crap today. Obviously, you have a little more of a drive we were just talking about. And,
and the bridge is out, so the drive isn't just like straight to the highway. I got to go out of my way to get to anywhere. Just to get to the highway now, I got to go way out of my way, east or west, to find an access to the highway to get to you. So, yeah, when we got the poor weather, we're just going to have to do it like this, man. We talked about that way in the beginning, like cutting out terrible drives. I think the product still serves. I like these. I hope the people that watch these feel the same. Like, I think this is a fine format as an alternative. As a part, 2.
Yeah, obviously we'd always rather be in the room, but we're just trying to make it convenient too, and still be able to do it. Obviously, so nothing's going to stop us from doing it. Basically, is what we're trying to do here. Also, you're doing a little jamming, dude. That makes my heart happy because I'm overwhelmed musically with the things that I have going on, even stuff I haven't even really got to touch base with you about. But it does make me happy to see that you're jamming and.
Yeah, so we're in the middle of an infinite design project, and now I feel like the whole thing just sits on me, and I want to do it justice before I kind of like just start sending you something. I didn't want to paint by numbers or go through the motions, and we talked about lyrical content, so all the bass lines were done, but there's just embellishments to do there, right? But then in order to get to where I want to get musically, like in a headspace, I just started playing a lot of guitar and getting together with some other friends that are like cool with it, just to do it for fun. The impetus was purely fun, cracking jokes, and then it became a little bit of a bet. Well, hey, if you learn a couple of those songs, I'll learn them too. And then it was just like, it's on, like let's fucking go, fam. So yeah, doing a little bit of jamming. Thanks for noticing. And yeah, after you do it a little bit, and we talk about that snake bite. It's like now I got like 4 projects in my mind that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this other thing too, and then. Just going to see which happens first, but I'm going to kind of gear myself toward all these different things. It's like it immediately becomes the only thing I want to do every day, especially after we talked with Blythe from No Cure. He's like, if I'm not doing music, man, it's kind of a wasted day. And I'm like, man, that is the mood though. Like even if I have a great day, I'm like, I can look back on it and say like, would have been better, played a little more music though.
That was my goal this year, and I think there might have been one day so far that I didn't play my guitar yet. So,
yeah, and you saying that too inspired me, and I was like, man, if I know Jay's gonna be playing all the time, then I feel like I should play too, just because I can't sit in the room with you and listen to you talk about. I play all the time, and then sit here and not be playing at all. So,
right,
that was another inspiration for me. I was like, yeah, he's doing it, I'm doing it too, and so we'll see if our paths cross musically. Besides the infinite design thing going forward, I'm always holding out hope, brother.
Oh, I imagine.
Well, I think it's more a matter of time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's all it is.
We've talked about it.
Oh, yeah. I have the ideas. And just on a tangent, we don't talk a lot about cover bands or anything, but, man, did go out and watch a set, like the first set from the Saved by the Band last night.
Yeah.
And, dude, those guys are just so good. I mean, come on, dude. Levi's a fantastic singer. Jeremy with the backups, like nailing all those harmonies, just so solid on the guitar. I mean, Justin and David are no slacks on what they do. They're good. Yep. They're doing backings. And then Brian, I was just so impressed by his like ability to play those songs. But I think those songs teach you, right, just to be in the pocket. But like his tempo, I was very impressed by. Just like keeping that solid beat. And a lot of those like 90s grunge songs, it's almost one beat all the way through on some of them, you know? So it's like just a solid band, dude. I was just, every time I've seen them, seen them like 3 times, I've just been impressed. Like, man, you guys are good at what you do for sure.
Shared the stage with all of those guys except for DeWitt, who I had in the pocket to do something with. Yeah, he was, you know, yeah, really. You know,
I was right there with you, buddy.
Yep. Yeah, so at least
I bought a bunch of equipment and everything.
Could still use it, but that project definitely floats in the ether. But all great musicians, and I have seen them perform as well. And yeah, they really put on a great show. If you like that music from the '90s, Saved by the Band, great fun band to go out and see. You know.
Yeah, it's hard not to kind of like some of those songs, even if you haven't heard them in a while. It's just something about that era, maybe us growing up and everything, you know. It's just, it all makes sense. So it's a little nostalgia too, right? But also my friends, I mean, you know, Brian's always the homie, so.
They're really good at what they do, and it's fun to sing those songs as a crowd.
Absolutely.
Because we all know them.
So speaking of songs, we're about to jump into Reaction episode 26. Obviously, with this format, we're going to have to do the little countdown, but that's fine. We will get that sorted out. And our first act is, I'll read what they sent to us. They are Absent Light Arena. It says, "Hi, Nick and Jason. I am Aaron from Absent Light Arena, a 2-piece alt metal melodic metalcore project working between Australia and Sweden. We put out a debut album, Fear, Doubt, and Disbelief, this month, and it sits in that space between modern metalcore and atmospheric alt metal. Think Linkin Park / Avenged Sevenfold territory with heavier moments and cinematic electronics. I came across Metal Maniacs through your reaction series and appreciate that you spend time on underground bands. I think a couple of our tracks would fit what you do. The Cronus Tide and Fatal Service for their heavier end, more aggressive modern metalcore with big dynamic swings. Dreamlink and Falling Where the Stars Fade if you want something more anthemic with big choruses and punchy riffs. All of our links are in the signature below. You can pick whatever you want, fits their formats best. If you're interested, I can also send waves, blah, 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 blah. If it's not right fit, no problem. I appreciate taking time. Check this out." Well, I mean, we're not that extreme. We don't just play toilet core. So, I mean.
I like the sound. Like all of the words sound good. Like what he was saying, I don't even mind the Linkin Park reference because I just kind of take that as just an element. But there's going to be some heaviness coming our way from this band. So obviously, reach for the heavy track, Jason. What format you want to go? What platform?
All right, let's go the tube because it looks like they're just songs, so it's not like. So we'll go with Fatal Service because I like the name of that.
Good morning. God, that was good. Fuck. So Fatal Service, the name of the song by Absent Light Arena. Let me pause this really quick. I'm going into the next track. Okay. So, and it sounds like the next one was going to be a blasty too. The Cronus died. Drat. That was good though. Let me start with great production. So this is the kind of quality I want out of a band that's going to go this route. You're going to have those big choruses. You better come with big, thick guitars and layers. And they did that in spades. I thought they did a great job of explaining what they are. There's probably a little more Avenged Sevenfold influence on another track. In this case, it felt like it was, yes, the heavy parts at the end and those thick power chord, drop D type chord progressions they were using toward the end. And then the Linkin Park description fits. There's a lot of bands, the Octane Core radio stuff, a Treyu style vocalist there too. So I thought that was very favorable because that's a voice I recognize immediately. He kind of sounds like somebody I know. So that was good. Mm-hmm. And then they had the songwriting. So, these guys just come right out the gate checking all the boxes, and it was a good song. So I really appreciate it. And thank you for the sending, guys. Killer track.
Yeah, I don't have much else to say on top of that because you described it perfectly. I really love the production on this as well. Loved all those synth and piano parts, like after the bridge when it broke down into the piano and the synthy kind of pulsating. It just kind of keeps a rhythm, and awesome, a great change coming off of that really heavy part. Obviously, for me, that heavy part was fantastic. Like they didn't overwork it or overuse it, but it really made that part stand out. So it's like, hey, my band can get this heavy. Obviously, that's something that's going to stand out to me. But yeah, great band, great song. Love the artwork too. At least on the single on the YouTube, it just kind of like the looking off waves into space type thing.
And cool. I liked what lyrics I could pick up from the song. It sounded like something I could get into and support and behind and want to sing back to them. So I was vibing with the lyrical content too, as it was being repeated back to me. So I appreciated that as well.
Hell yeah.
Good stuff.
Yep. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Absent Light Arena. Next band up, Recurrence. Says, hello, we are Recurrence. We just did a show in Ypsilanti at Ziggy's back in October with some really great Michigan metal bands. Phyrexian Sun, Precordial Thump, and Atwater. We had Phyrexian Sun on their first out-of-state run with us to Cincinnati and Nashville, too, and really enjoyed hanging with them. The bands recommend we reach out to you because we're looking to do some interviews on podcasts about local metal bands. I saw you had Atwater on recently and have had Splinters on before. Splinters opened for us in Cincinnati in 2023 for our debut release album show. Says we just released our second album, Art of Survival, on November 5th, and it features an array of talented guest artists such as Björn, Strid from Soilwork, Peter Riches from Soilwork, Per Nilsson from Symmetry, and was mixed and mastered by J.F. Dangius of Cataclysm. Damn.
Oh, big names.
They said to send you links to our music and see what you think, so I will do that. Okay, cool.
Got a YouTube there.
Let's do that.
Who the Enemy is.
Remember who the enemy is.
Oh, yeah.
Let me try to put the pause on her real quick.
I think I'm good to go.
Okay. All right. I'll give you a countdown. You ready?
Hell yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Straight, you have no chance.
All right. I did realize when we clicked on that YouTube link that the that wasn't off of their new one though. So my bad. Because yeah. So my bad.
Sorry guys. We did get a track in though. Counts for something.
We did get a track. But yeah, I mean, when they said who appeared on the record, then you kind of had an inclination of what it might sound like, and it was pretty similar, you know, definitely for fans of, you know, In Flames, like kind of that middle era In Flames type stuff, you know, heavy with the melodic Swedish kind of sound a little bit in there, you know.
That late Soilwork.
Yep, late Soilwork for sure, or Finger Number 5-ish type era where it has a little more rock influenced and stuff. Pretty cool track overall. Really like some of those riffs in there. The drums complemented it very well. The vocal patterns were good. The you know, the songwriting and everything was on point there. And I was thinking in my head, like, man, I'd like to hear something. After I read that, I was like, I wish I could kind of hear what they're doing now. I guess if I only had to give like criticism, just like sometimes that piano that they had going on in there was pretty loud and it almost was like distracting, and some of it almost kind of like, I don't know if there's guitar tones or what, but some of it just didn't sound like natural. It kind of sounded almost like 8-bit video game-ish at times, where it's like
guitar.
So it was just some of the tones kind of made it sound like that, whereas it was missing a little bit of that heavy grit low end. That's why I was kind of like, maybe I should hear a new song. But other than that, I see what they're going for. A cool video, like especially where like said Flames and the flames came up and everything. Like, man, kudos to you on the good work on that. But overall, pretty cool band, dude. I'm always going to be a sucker for that kind of metalcore myself. So what'd you think, brother?
Yeah. I appreciated it. I love the vocals immediately. I was thinking, you know, he had that Swedish death metal growl that I appreciate, whether it's Thomas Lindberg, and I know Jeff Walker's English, not otherwise. But yeah, anytime you got that vocal, I'm gonna love it. So he did a great job, and that really delivered for me. Bunch of cool melodies in there too. And they had some cool keyboard tones that I liked. Like at the end, there was something, I don't know how to describe what it was. It was bassy and staccato-y, but it was like a keyboard thing that they kind of dropped in at the end. I liked that part, and I thought that was maybe a sound that they could have used. They used too many sounds in general. Like although the keyboard thing, like there's just too much, and it didn't really seem to like have much stick. Like I didn't know where sometimes we're doing keyboard, sometimes we're doing piano, but and it was too high in the mix, to be perfectly honest. Like all of that, and there was not a keyboardist in the video, and there was a lot of keyboards in that song.
Yeah, true.
So when I see something like that, it just tells me like you should probably have a keyboardist. I know bands like even our homies in Vestigial, they're going to pipe in an orchestra. I feel like there's something a little bit different about that because that's an entire orchestra that you're piping in. So you like 20 instruments are getting in the backing track, but if you go up there and it's just like, you guys should have a keyboardist. Yeah, I hear like piano riffs going off. You guys should have a keyboardist. But good song, good melodies. Had fun, had some heavy parts in it, and then like, the only other thing was like just thicken up some of them tones. Some of them tones were way thin, but some of them were fine. So I thought there was like a wash of just too many different tone selections throughout it. But otherwise, like overall, like you could see I was bopping my head, and they got to a really cool heavy part that I wanted more of, and to be honest with you, but it's that In Flames Swedish death metal style. They were always going to get more melody than heaviness, always with that brand of metal, but it's still good and fun, and I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. So Recurrence, thanks for that send in. Appreciate you all. Sorry we didn't play the new one. Damn it. I'm kicking myself in the ass for that. I got to pay better attention to that. I was just like, oh, here's a YouTube link. This makes it easy, but all right, ready to move on?
We'll have to make a note to we'll just do another reaction episode down the line, and we'll just cobble together all the things like this where we're like, oh, we should have did the other song.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely let's hear another one. I'll put that on one of the other upcoming reactions that we have since we've kind of been banging them out here. Next up we got Elijah Kinney. Hey guys, my name is Elijah Kinney. I am a bassist and solo artist based out of the Detroit area and a longtime listener of the podcast. Well, thank you, Elijah. We really appreciate that. You may remember some work that I was featured in, namely Shadow of the Talisman's debut album, As Above, So Below. Yes, we remember that. That shit was sweet. Specifically remembered the bass on that. because he was bass on it. And the 8th Passenger single, Patterns in the Unknown, also bass. And I also remember that. Well, that was a little bit earlier on that Reactions, but I remember that being sick too. What you guys reviewed earlier this year.
Yeah.
While I do play bass, I also make my own music and have been grinding relentlessly to hone my skills in regards to songwriting and production. I put out a debut EP called it's DI/OD. Diode,
maybe.
Okay, we'll go Diode. I like that.
Diode would have an E on the end, but I'm going to.
That's kind of what I thought. Diode. This year that I wanted to send in, but felt that it wasn't refined enough to actually put out there. This time I'm ready. I put out a single today titled S.O.S. that I believe is an excellent showcase of my skills across the board. Not only that, I will be releasing an EP titled War of Submission on 12/12/25 that also showcases everything extremely well. I would be honored, stoked, and all around ecstatic if you guys gave them a listen. Attached are the song files, art, lyrics, links, and more that you would need. If you need any more information, I also have the link with my website, which houses the song files, photos, logos, and really anything you need just in case. Not only that, my YouTube has lyric videos, auto visualizers to go along with the songs. I believe that S.O.S. and War of Submission would be the best tracks to listen to, but the EP is only 4 songs long, and all of them would be good fit regardless. Thank you for consideration, and keep it metal. As we do, my man.
As one does, yes.
As one does. That's what we do here. So, I think you want to hit the tube on that and find S.O.S.
See a S.O.S. lyric video.
You got that on
Kinney.
the tubers?
Ooh, gonna come in hard and heavy fast. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to hit the pause quick. I might. If I can, even though this format's a little different, I'm going to try to snip some of these out anyway. These little, okay, we got this S.O.S., right? You're doing the lyric video, brother? All right, cool.
Correct.
So I say it as a word.
fuck, that was good.
Boy.
Oh, I'll have waiter, I'll have another.
Yeah,
I'll
another
have
one
more.
of those, please.
Keep serving, Elijah. God, not only was the music just great, but those lyrics were, man, they're right out of a Facebook post I might just make now. Just let it fly, brother. Make them words real, please.
Wow.
Make that shit not art. Make that shit real life. God, I love that. What a great track. Great genty, just dirty. Like, we didn't fuck around with melody much here. We just hit some nasty chords and some ugly tones to make that track stand out in a different kind of a way for like a gent metal song. Usually it's really polished and clean and everything's really dialed in, but this was just kind of loose and frazzled a little bit, but dirty and still genty. A lot of that like anticipation or that tension before he would finally settle into a beat. And I was like, man, please just go there with this fucking thing, please. So every time he'd like set me up like 4 times before finally dropping a beat on it. But what a great track, Elijah. Immediately, already a fan of your work, as you know, but immediately a fan of this one in particular. S.O.S. was the track. And it says, and Brute Force Productions on the website, on the YouTube as well. But Jason, your thoughts on it? I loved it. It was fucking great.
Oh man, it was an excellent track, dude. Probably for fans of like, it's almost if like Meshuggah was death metal, you know what I mean, or like more death metal, I could say at times in a way. But yeah, that was dirty. That was his own thing. I love when I hear some things that are their own thing on this show. That it's like you can't really put a thumb on it. I mean, you could put it in a category, but yeah, very genty. But there was a lot of good payoffs where you could just kind of keep that 4/4 groove going. I love the staccato, purposeful with it, all that weird staccato stuff. Then the vocals went right with it. Whereas like if a whole CD of that might be a little redundant, but like in specific instances, it's just very impactful, So love that staccato. I love the vocals too. I mean, they were death metal, but they were audible. They fit the music well, like you said, just dirty, nasty. I mean, just grumpy cat face the whole time, just pissed off. I mean, I loved it. If I had to just give one little piece of nugget, one thing I would have did differently is just kind of when they started when he started getting to that bridge part, it just seemed like a lot of vocals just kind of jammed together, and it kind of seemed like it wasn't going anywhere. But there was repeating parts in it, especially it was nice to read the lyrics or whatever. So yeah, he did have the songwriting there, but it just seemed like there was a lot of vocals there for a second. It almost seemed like it kind of was stuck in vocal land there for a second. But not to be like too overly like, hey, you don't need to do that. But it was just kind of like I didn't really know. Yeah. Yeah, and I get that. Sometimes, yeah, if you got to get it out, you got to get it out too. But all the other ones, parts were, patterns and stuff were very meticulously done. But just there was like right before the bridge, it just seemed to kind of get a little.
I did agree. Now that you mention it, like in the middle of the song, I was like, man, he's really going with the breath here. Like, just that's a lot of vocals he was hitting us with in the middle there. I did feel that too. But that's that was the song, and it was fine. It was good.
It was great. That was fucking awesome, dude.
Like I said, I'm ready for more.
Yeah, that's another one I would rather. Let's put on the next one, man. Fucking awesome, dude. Thanks, Elijah. That was great, dude. I'll definitely be jamming the whole 4 songs that you got out, the new stuff.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
Absolutely,
dude.
Absolutely, brother. You can count on it. We'll listen to some more too.
All right.
Might even have to talk to that cat if he's involved with so much different music. I mean,
right? Sure.
I mean, if you're hearing that many different things, probably something we could glean from you.
Yeah, and he didn't really say, what's going on with that, but he played bass, and we checked both of those bands out, and I remember them both being excellent. So
both of them,
yeah. All right, moving on. This next band is called Mortal Draw. It says, hello, we are Mortal Draw, a new band from Northwest Indiana. We just released our first song and wanted to submit for you all to potentially check it out. It's on all streaming platforms. I think it's supposed to say I will include our link tree and YouTube video below. So I guess we're just going to click on the
tube.
On the old tube and hope that you're going to get a fucking commercial here.
Wait, mine's ready to go. Locked and loaded.
Yeah, you pay for that premium, don't you?
No, I have an ad blocker on mine, and it still works on some things in Chrome, but not all. But
Oh, nice. That's cool.
it does. I feel like it bogs the browser down though, because it's like good to go, but then sometimes I'll be listening to a playlist and it just has the hardest time going to the next song. It's dumb.
Oh man, that was sick, dude.
That was good. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Tell
that
me.
was sick. For fans of probably like, Malevolence a little bit sounded like that. A little bit of Hate Breed, kind of maybe some of the Kubla Khan beat down hardcore, but that was a little more metalcore with some of the almost like God forbid type metalcore riffs in there or whatever, like some of that melody, pulling from some of that Swedish sound or whatever. But absolutely loved it. I was absolutely pissed. I just loved it. There was 3 or 4 parts that were just like, ugh, fucking grit in my teeth. And I did like the little variety, threw a little singing in there, something a little hooky, kind of catchy or whatever. You could hear everything he was saying as far as vocals go. God, the bass was just nasty in there, just rumbling through the whole thing. Man, that thing was just beefy. It was powerful for a new band, and whatever you guys are doing, I can't wait to see what else you guys do, because that was sick, dude.
Yeah, that was a good one. I love the hardcore energy. I was with that immediately with that beat come trotting in there. I was like, let's go. You could tell I was ready to just get on the horse and ride.
The two-stepper, thrasher.
Yeah. Good Lord. Good. It's fun, man. It's like, if you got the right riff for it, or, if you're the right tones and all that, the right energy, it's great. These guys I probably wouldn't want to bump into in the streets. They look pretty... just based on the video or the still shot here. These guys are definitely homies. Like if I bump into them in the streets, we're homies. Great metal hardcore track. I thought the references that you made were appropriate. Hate Breed, Malevolence, definitely I was picking up, and I was like, what what was the band? Oh, Malevolence. Yeah, the Riff Masters from last year, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, your boys.
Yep.
Great track, great send in. Devil on My Shoulder was the track by Mortal Draw. Hard. Great tones. That bass and all that dirt was just, all that anger was, I'm with it. It's a good morning.
That was
good
great.
production. Great production.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Solid.
Cool. Thanks for sending that in, dudes. Look forward to seeing more from you. And you're just in Indiana there, so hopefully you see you up here in this neck of the woods sooner than later.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and say, reach out to Iron Sharpens Iron and get on that bill. Get on that bill.
True.
True. Like that would be a good one.
Absolutely. All right, cool. Moving on. Terror Garden is the next band up. It says, to whom it may concern. Well, that would be me. I'm concerned. I would like to submit my band Terror Garden, original hard rock metal from Long Island, New York, United States. Free reaction request through your Metal Maniacs YouTube channel. This song is entitled Supermodel Virus, the lead single opening track off our upcoming brand new 6-song self-titled EP, 5th overall release, available worldwide on Saturday, January 10th, 2026. Via physical CDs and major streaming platforms, Apple, Amazon, yada, yada. Here's the official music video link via our own YouTube channel. We hope to be considered in the near future and look forward to your reply either way. Cool. It says, sincerely, Mike D. Grucci, guitar from Terror Garden. Well, Mike D. Grucci, we are considering it, and we will play it on today's show. How about that?
Let's do it. Terror Garden. I'm looking them up on the Facebook since there was no link. I want to be able to tag them later.
Official music video. You're already ready?
Yep, let me just go back to the tab here. I'll just give them a quick follow. There it is.
You don't need anyone.
All right. Okay. So Terror Garden with Supermodel Virus, correct?
Yep, that's it.
All right. So pretty good track, mostly on the rock side. Some of the references that I thought were like a Blackstone Cherry would be a more modern band that sounds like this, and they kill it. I love that band. If that's a really great rock band for metal fans, I would say. Strong, good stuff there. This thing starts cooking at about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Like that's where the song starts getting some real muscle for me, and that's what I would want more of out of this band. The rest of it was fine. It reminded me of like maybe some Motley Crue. All great players like in this band. I thought like we had great instrumentation across the board. Both guys shredded solos. I thought the vocalist was great as a like that 80s kind of glam metal, sound. He had great sound on the voice, and then all the beats were like that steady rock, 80s metal stuff. But a good track for me. I came up on Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood, and all of that stuff, and
Sure.
I know it's not like, the world's heaviest stuff, but like I said, you about 2 minutes into this song and they start flexing a little bit of heavy muscle on you. And I feel like that tells me there's more to be had in their catalog. If, I'm always going to want the heaviest thing, but
Sure.
That was good. It was fun. It was all right.
Yeah, it kind of started off as something for me that, obviously, it's almost like for a second maybe been almost like it harkens back to familiar, that 80s kind of hair rock kind of stuff that you were talking about. But yeah, when they it was like hair rock with breakdowns, like they had the breakdown that like that was nasty. That was cool. That the bass was sounding really deep and low in there too. I really like that. Yeah, like you said, both guitars shredded, so that's what you need for this kind of band. Not something normally I would gravitate towards and usually listen to, but these guys are doing it well. I guess it would be up in the air about the video. Some people might have their qualms about that and the massive use of AI and whatever else is happening in that video, but it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'll straight up shit on it. Next time, don't use AI. That's all I gotta say about it. Just get some kids from the neighborhood. Get some family friend kids and put them in makeup and costumes and let them run around and do that shit. Like have a party, feed them some sugar, let them go ham. I'm sorry. Like they had a link to it. I tried to hunt it down. It didn't look like it was much. I didn't really trust what I was following up on with the AI stuff. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it was just a little disjointed too from like the normal like video that you're shooting of you guys playing, and then it just cuts to
But I'd rather just watch the video of them playing. I would straight up just watch two different angles of that or whatever. But
right, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm so the music is good. I'll say that, and I'll always say that. But I will start to take more of a hardline stance even on the show. Like if it's got AI in it, I'm gonna straight shit on the AI portion of whatever you're offering me. If it's your cover art or your video, like we can't be artists and then also let AI have anything to do with art. We can't. I can't fucking do it, dude. Like I'm gonna love on the music though. Terror Garden, that was great, but that AI shit is not for me.
All right.
Said that. You can edit it out. I don't give a fuck.
No, it's all good, dude. It's all good. Hey, fucking don't bother me any.
I can see using it as a tool. Go ahead, do it.
Devils by Definition. Hello and good evening. So it must have been evening when you sent me this. From Self-Made Records. You are being warned precisely because you need to witness the unrestrained chaos of Angel Warfare, the single visual anthem that regulatory systems are actively trying to bury. Google has flagged this video for negative imagery and religious connotations, refusing to run ads and even attempting to have brutally intense footage purged from YouTube entirely. This is the video the establishment does not want you to access. If your musical preferences lean heavy and you appreciate the shock value, action, and unflinching gore of masters like Quentin Tarantino or Rob Zombie, this apocalyptic battle cry is a mandatory viewing. The track delivers unrelenting carnage, painting a vision where bolts of lightning crash down, titans roam, scorch earth, and chariots race across the sky, stained red with the blood of angels and gods of light. Described lyrically as a symphony of swords clashing and bodies dying in the final unstoppable storm of devastation. That's a lot of words. Check out Angel Warfare now, defy the system, and understand exactly why the soundtrack to the end of days has caused such monumental fuss. So this thing better be fucking sick after all of that, dude. I'm telling you right now.
All right. it. I'm looking for what link
I don't
to
know.
click
They
on.
sent us a shit ton of. So they got the YouTube down here. Oh, real quick about the band. Let me go into this. They did send.
Bio?
For fans of Lamb of God, Pantera Machine Head says Devils by definition, forged in Windsor, Ontario, is a metal band built on resilience, chaos, and family. What began as an idea in 2009 around Bruce Pop's Monroe grew into a ferocious live unit that cut its teeth in Windsor clubs and released early recordings like Blood Drawn, reissued as The Lost Days. I thought there'd be more to that sentence. Jamie Colvillon joined the band in 2015, initially on bass, later swapping roles with Matt Alien Dobbin during the Devolution era. And after years of lineup changes and hard-won growth, he stepped forward as the frontman in late 2023, learning to scream in Days and recording the band's new era Under the Road, December 25th, 2023. The band endured tragic loss of original guitarist Matt Alien Dobbin on October 24th, 2023. He was not an active member at the time, but still a dear friend nonetheless. The band kept pushing, releasing The Bitter Remains of Human Consumption in 2021 before completing their most ambitious 13-track record, Devil's Night, in 2025. More than a band, Devils by definition are family, bound by each other and to their devoted fan base. Cool. I love the story. Thanks for that information. They do have a Bandcamp.
I'm on it.
Okay, cool.
And then
I'm going to pop over to that. And this is what just came out.
Yeah, I think they suggested Angel Warfare, July 4th. That was a show, excuse me. But Angel Warfare was this.
Oh, they did say the video, though, was right.
Oh, they did say. Yeah, but I didn't see one on their YouTube. I was tripping. Only thing on the YouTube link was
the demo.
Yeah, I am the one. So that was the part that's curious to me.
Well, what are you talking about, bro? You got me hyped up for this video and you didn't send a video?
The sickest video on earth not linked to us.
Changing heaven and earth as we speak.
Hold on, there it is. Is it Angel Warfare?
Yeah.
Warfare. I'm like looking for it another way. No, I see a live for Angel Warfare. See live stuff. I do not see the
I thought I was going to get my life changed with this video today, bro. I don't know.
We're going to have to dig deeper because the audience demands sacrifice now. We can at least listen to the track, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll just go to Bandcamp and then fucking go from there.
Yeah, I typed
so their new thing must not. Oh yeah, we'll still listen to Angel Warfare, the song.
Yeah, I could not find the video as I typed it into the YouTube search bar.
So this just came out November 25, 25. So, all right, cool. So Devils by definition, Angel Warfare. Are you ready?
Okay, yeah, count me in.
Yeah, I'm on the Bandcamp. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I believe it's my turn.
Yep.
But that was great, man. That ripped. That jam. I love
so good.
That kind of metal. They wore their influences on their sleeve. They said what they sounded like, and they do sound like a mix of some Pantera-ish / Lamb of God. There was a lot of Lamb of God influence in there,
Yeah.
but that's not a terrible thing. I love me some Lamb of God. I love that kind of the guitar playing in that song was absolutely excellent. Love the riffs. I mean, if you got some solid riffs, you got a nice solid foundation. The drums are great. The vocals were awesome. Some catchy stuff in there too to kind of bring home to mama. But yeah, all in all, production was excellent on it. I thought it sounded like nice and clean, but also kind of had a realness to it where it wasn't overly produced, but it just kind of sounded like you were, I love when records sound like you're kind of just, you can be in the room jamming with them type, you know what I mean? You can just picture them all around you and you're just jamming like you're feeling that feeling. But man, overall, that was a great song. There was a lot of hype up to that video that if you guys sent it to me, I'll have to check it out. I apologize, but I seen it said Angel of Warfare video in the text, but there was no link or anything to it. So didn't see that. And they do got a new single out called Devil's Night that came out on January. I see that. So we didn't play the new one of that either. But you were talking about this Angel Warfare, so I had to check that out. But what you think, buddy?
I loved it. Great track. I agree with everything you said, especially the Lamb of God influence. The middle breakdown was cool where they had the sample going in the underneath it. I'm always a sucker for the sample like you. Like I noticed it and I wanted to point it out because everything else that you said was true. I thought the bass had a great gritty tone, had a couple of good deep slides in there. Overall, the production was awesome. It wasn't like polished or compressed or anything. It was just raw and gritty. Everything, like volumes were like right at the ceiling everywhere, like everything coming at you. But I was thinking about it, I'm like, how do I feel about this? Because it's not that polished studio production, but it was great. Everything had clarity. Everything was in the mix, balanced. So I was like, I actually kind of like it. It was a little rough around the edges, like you were saying, raw. Like you just hear the guitar amps in the room, basically.
Yep, absolutely, yeah.
So I loved the quality or that style of production, that approach to it. I thought they nailed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing this video, this world-changing, dimension-breaking Angel Warfare YouTube video that's been banned a dozen times or more, but
we'll have to note that, and then we'll come back on one of our reactions when we're in the room. Yeah. We'll watch it together, and then we'll give we'll just give you an extra little bonus snippet of that
for sure.
But cool. We'll check it out because I would definitely jam that song again. Cool ass band, dude. I really
good stuff.
Really like that.
Yeah, so. And our Canadian brothers just over the bridge in Windsor, so they probably can get over to the Detroit area anytime if they got their passports.
Oh yeah. All right. Moving on. Sod the Earth. Hi there. We are Sod the Earth, a brand new dadcore sludge doom metal band from Grand Rapids that'd love to hear you guys' reaction to our music. We just released our first album, Enter the Den, available now on Spotify and all major platforms. We started as a satirical idea, evolved into exploring the themes of darkness and the mundanity of life. What? Anyway, we love demons, wizards, and bong-ripping caravans as much as the next guy, but you can find the true darkness and despair in the cul-de-sacs, the Walmarts, and the bowling alley. We write songs about getting in fistfights at softball league or blacking out drunk at a 4-year-old's birthday party. The lead song, The 10th Frame, from our new album explores that, telling the story of a man whose only ambition is clinging to his local bowling alley's league's trophy and his willingness to impose true brutality on his enemies in order to achieve it.
You don't fuck with the Jesus.
Oh, man. Gotta love that, dude. I don't know. They won me over with a description.
It's hilarious. That's why we like these things.
So I guess we're just going. Like yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're just gonna go with the SPOD link, I guess. Here.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Oop. You're on the SPOD?
10th. Yep, I got the 10th frame. I think they mentioned it, and also,
yep,
it is track number 1.
Yep. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Well, hold on.
No worries.
Okay, I just want to make sure because my Spotify is like your YouTube, where it might just play something wrong.
Bullshit.
It might just a different, like you're on the link, but it's like it'll play something different. But
yeah, like it's already got something in the queue. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got
All
the
right, cool.
10th frame by Sod the Earth on ready.
Yep, perfect. 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to roll. Man, that's cool. Good stuff. Had some like doom fuzz metal thing happen in there. And two things that would not sound good together in my mind that came to mind as I was listening to it was like Typo Negative and Caius. Like they just and it's still like that doesn't quite describe accurately what's happening on the musical front totally. 'Cause they're harder and heavier than both of those bands, but it was also like really straightforward just with the kick. Dun, 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 dun. Everything was like straight downstroke and mid paced. And you know, really dirty distortion like Caius used to use, but also that guy's voice with the he almost had like that Typo Negative quality that Peter Steele a little bit.
Yeah.
And they used those dirty tones too. So that would pass as maybe a harder Typo Negative song. But I loved it. I thought it was great, and I love the sense of humor. Obviously, I'm just smiling thinking about it. Like they wrote a whole song, and all the song titles too. If you read them, they just like they're funny to me. So or like they imply some sort of sense of humor there. But yeah, good stuff, man. Thanks for the send in. The 10th frame there by Sod the Earth. Jay, how do you feel about it? He said, I gotta take a nap, bro.
Yeah, I stayed up past 9 o'clock last night. Plus, I still was up early as fuck today. But Yeah, man, I thought it was cool. It was fun. We'll use that term because I thought it was absolutely fun. Sometimes you ain't got to take this shit so serious, man. It's just whatever.
Right.
Maybe you're just, like he said, if it's dad core or whatever, it's kind of like, man, you're a dad. Maybe you just want to jam with your buddies in the garage and write songs about killing people at the bowling alley because they're on your lane or whatever, and like, I'm for it, dude. Whatever. If that's what your musical outlet is cool. It was done well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounded good. Like everything
Mhm.
was there. Like he took it serious enough to give us something that was discernible. I've heard a lot of other shitty things that might be way more serious than that. So there's that.
Yeah.
Like you said, kind of some sludge metal. If I had to do anything, I kind of wish some vocals were a little bit louder because I was kind of trying to hear what he was saying because that's probably the important part because there is like a comedic value to it, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of want to make sure that I can really hear what you're saying on that because some of those syllables and enunciation got a little lost in the mix for me because I thought it probably could have been cracking up a little bit more on some of the vocals. I just couldn't exactly hear what it was. But end of day, good stuff, man. Appreciate y'all sending it in. Nothing against that on this show. Nice and fun, fuzzy enough for the Metal Maniacs, that's for sure. So
yeah, it was good.
Cool. Appreciate y'all. All right, so this next one, Nick, how did we say? Because this is a returning. So they actually, we've reviewed this band before.
Zamalkta?
Zalmalkta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go phonetically as best as I can. Zamalkta.
So they actually commented on the YouTube to try to like put a pronunciation on there or what it would be like, but I can't remember what it was at this point. Just too many things in my brain sometimes. I only have so much room. But Zamalkta, returning to the show, we love the last track. They say, hey guys, been enjoying your recent content, especially those reels highlighting the lead work and legendary players. We wanted to submit another song for future consideration as well. A guest player and a friend, Rick Hernandez, plays on this song, and his band Path to Kalinin is fantastic. She Walks at Night has lyrics that revolve around a settlement era outcast, prognosticate, or seer, and has visions of the end of the universe and chooses to kill everyone in the village to spare them a pointless existence. I included the artwork that was made for eventual merch release that never happened. So they give us a YouTube link. Let's pause it. Maybe pause it. Pause it. All right. She Walks at Night. Zalmakta.
Yeah. That's what we're going to have to find. We're going to have to do some outtakes where we actually find the correct pronunciation and get it in there. Edit it in.
Yeah, they put it on our the last time we reacted, and exactly how it was sounded out because we were having a time with it. And I believe it's just a made up thing anyway. So
yeah, and we're murdering it again today anyway. But thanks for clearing it up for us, guys. We do appreciate that.
Yeah, I should have did a little more, getting ready for the show. But these reactions are nice because it's the one kind of show I don't really have to do a ton of work to get ready for. So it's a little vacation at work for me. So sorry. All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
She Walks at Night. 3, 2, 1, go. Jesus, man. My brain is melted. Those guys can play. If I'm not mistaken, Lord Marco is on that. Make sure you guys go check out the interview with him. It's going to be out by the time you watch this. We kind of brought that up, but I believe that was the album he was on right there, or at least played drums on it.
Yep.
The musicianship on that is just incredible. That kind of music really isn't for everybody. You'd almost, I mean, unless there's a few screws loose, you might need to be a musician to understand what the hell's going on in that. But man, it's so technical. Some of the cool riffs. It never really ever lets you get into any kind of rhythm though, or groove in the song structure. You're just like, oh, we're grinding for a second, Phil, back to this. Like, it's just like so many changes, and it's just like this completely mind melting, like, holy shit, these guys are good at what they do. Super cool, great variety of vocals. I mean, it was a song off the same album that we heard before, so not, you know, a whole lot different than what we had mentioned before, but still love the song, love the playing. It was great. It does take a certain individual, though, to be able to wrap your head around exactly the insanity that's happening right there.
Yeah. So this speaks to me, but it also is something that it's always going to be like a lot to go to the top of the mountain, even for one 5-minute track is like, oh my God, wow. The musicianship is S tier here, like across the board. It reminded me of something like Inferi meets maybe a Beyond Creation or older Obscura. The solo passage.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I was going to say like Zenith Passage when they get real tight and fast like that.
Yeah, that's super, almost Archspire type tightness. Just technical and fast. And I wanted to point out the solo passage where they went just to like the power chord, and they did open up that section for the sake of the lead, and it had hints of like a Chuck Schuldiner passage there, because it's just a simple chord progression and just a lot of high full bendies, full and a half. Like just hit them bendies on them solos were really good. So I appreciate the track. I love that style of music. It's just one of those things where it's almost like music for other musicians, and,
right?
Like I listen to that sort of thing. Some people don't, but there's fans for it. There's definitely fans for it, especially on this show. That's kind of what we're looking for is this sort of thing. And I wish it was a performing band. I don't know that it is. It seems like it's a studio project. But if it were a performing band, that would, obviously, that would be another story altogether. Like, oh, what kind of bill are you on? I want to go see that show.
Yeah. All in all, it's totally cool. Appreciate the send-in, guys. You guys absolutely rip. Loved what you guys were doing, before. So,
But I also wanted to point out that bright bass tone. Like, it was bright and gritty, but it sounded, and like we used different terms for some of the other bass tones that we've heard today, and this one stood out a little bit on its own. Like it had more brightness to it, but it still had depth and clarity, and it rattled a little bit of dirt on it, a little bit of that. But it was good. It was good, great bass tone on that. Great bass playing too. Oof.
And as what you say, man, he was taking that dog for a walk. Boy, that boy was getting some steps in, man. We all over that. So, yeah.
Love it.
Well, with that being said, that wraps up episode 26 of the Reaction episodes. As always, send in your music and anything about your band you want us to know to the themetalmaniacs@gmail.mi@gmail.com. And always reach out to Stark Real Estate for all your real estate needs. They do real estate right. Brought to you by Dave Stark from Dave Stark Real Estate. And make sure you like, subscribe, share the show. Tell your friends. I love when we get these emails that say, oh, this band, we played with this band and they told us about you, or we seen this through this band. So that makes us happy because that gives us material to keep doing these reaction episodes, and we get to keep discovering new cool underground bands, so.
Always, yeah. Please keep sending the songs. Even if you've already sent one, just send the next one, and because sometimes we miss the new ones, as was the case today. It's like, oh, so just keep sending us stuff, and we'll just keep playing it, even if you've already been on the show.
Absolutely. So with that being said, y'all keep it metal. Much love. Peace.
Thank you so much for checking out the episode. Be sure to hit that like button and give us a share.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed our podcast today, please give it a rating on your streaming service to help us gain some exposure.
And if you really enjoyed the show, please give us a follow or hit that subscribe button and come hang out with us every week. And remember, keep it metal.